The question that changes everything. If deep squatting destroys your knees after 60, then why are millions of seniors around the world doing it every single day? Pain-free? I know that question might sting a little. Maybe it even frustrates you. But stay with me, because what you've been told about aging and movement, it's incomplete. And in some cases, it's completely wrong. For decades, we've been warned. Don't squat too low. Don't bend your knees past 90 degrees. You're too old for that. We traded movement for caution, strength for stillness, independence for dependence. But here's the truth that will set you free. Your body isn't broken. It's just been forgotten. Right now, in Vietnam, Japan, Thailand, and dozens of other countries, 70, 80, even 90-year-olds are resting in deep squats like it's the most natural thing in the world. Like it's their favorite chair. Why? Better genetics? Superhuman flexibility? No. It's because their bodies never stopped practicing the movement. Ours did. And here's what gives me goosebumps. Your nervous system doesn't retire at 60. It doesn't shut down at 70. It still learns. It still adapts. It just needs one thing, a reason to. Deep squatting isn't just about flexibility or leg strength. It's about reclaiming control. It's about restoring a fundamental movement pattern your body was literally designed for but hasn't used in years, maybe decades. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to get it back, step by step, safely, and realistically. Before we dive in, drop a comment. When was the last time you actually tried to squat? And if you say 1982, I might have to lovingly roast you a little. The truth, it's not age, it's disuse. Let's get brutally honest for a second. The reason most seniors can't squat isn't age, it's disuse. Somewhere along the way, we stopped asking our bodies to do what they were made for. We traded floor sitting for recliners, deep movement for desk chairs, active living for taking it easy. And now we act shocked when squatting feels impossible. But here's the truth that should give you hope. When you try to squat, your body has to coordinate several major muscle groups all at once. Your glutes push the hips back. Your quads control the descent. Your hamstrings stabilize. Your hip flexors and core keep you upright. If even any of those muscles is weak, tight, or untrained, your system compensates. Your heels rise. Your knees wobble. You tip backward. And your brain reads all of that as danger. So what do? We stop trying. We avoid it completely. And that's how the myth begins. The myth that older adults simply can't squat. But here's the key. Your body isn't broken. It's unpracticed. This isn't a flexibility problem. It's a neuromuscular control problem. And after 60, your body can still grow stronger, more coordinated, and more mobile, but only if you give it a chance. The nervous system doesn't shut down with age. It just stops getting updated when we stop challenging it. And the beautiful news? That connection can be restored. Bit by bit, muscle by muscle, movement by movement. 3 stories that prove it's possible. Let me share 3 stories that change how I see aging forever. Story number 1. The 68-year-old who refused to accept too late. A Japanese-American man retired to Vietnam at 68. Suddenly, he was surrounded by people in their 70s and 80s sitting in deep squats, chatting, cooking, relaxing like it was the most natural thing in the world. But for him, it wasn't. Even as a young man, he'd never been able to sit that way. His hips felt locked, his back rounded. He needed his arms behind him just to stay semi-upright. But instead of accepting defeat, he asked for help. 6 months later, he sent me a photo that still gives me chills.
Notice how the activation
He was squatting
intensifies
fully,
in the glutes
hands
and
resting
quads
calmly
during
on
the
his knees,
concentric phase of the
smiling
squat,
like he just learned to
highlighting the
fly.
primary movers.
Story number 2. The woman who conquered her recliner. She was 70 and couldn't get up from her chair without pushing hard on the armrests. Her legs shook just thinking about squatting. The first time she tried a supported squat, she barely moved 2 inches. But she came back, week after week. One day she looked at me and said, "I went all the way down." She couldn't stay long. It wasn't pretty, but she crossed the line she once believed was impossible. And that changed everything. Story number 3. 7 to 9 and lifting like a teenager. She avoided challenging movements for years. Then one day she saw a squat video and tried, slowly, carefully, clumsily. 18 months later, she casually mentioned, "Oh, by the way, I'm squatting with 31 pounds on my back now." No brag, just fact. The beautiful part? She didn't start strong. She built it. These aren't superhuman people. They're everyday adults who decided that the story they've been told, "You're too old," wasn't true anymore. Maybe that's your story too. And if it is, you're just getting started. The science, your body can still relearn. Here's something most people overlook. Losing mobility after 60 isn't inevitable. It's often just a case of forgetting, not failing. Your nervous system has an incredible ability called neuroplasticity, the power to adapt, relearn, and rewire itself even into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. The deep squat isn't a young person's trick. It's not genetic luck. It's a fundamental human posture rooted in how we're built. Before chairs existed, people everywhere squatted to rest, eat, cook, and wait. Kids do it naturally. You probably did too, before life trained it out of you. Here's what happens over time. Your joints lose range because they are not being moved fully. Your muscles lose coordination because they are not working together. And your brain loses confidence in unfamiliar positions. That's not age. That's conditioning. And it can be reversed. When we
Extend
stop
your legs
asking
straight
our
back,
hips,
engaging the
knees,
hamstrings and
and
glutes
ankles
as
to go
shown.
deep,
Lift
the
slightly
tissues
higher,
tighten.
hold the
The
contraction,
nervous
and then
system
slowly
sends
lower
danger
with control.
signals. Squatting feels stiff, awkward, even scary. But with gentle, consistent exposure, those same tissues can soften, strengthen, and remember. It's like dusting off a skill your body used to know. And here's the best part. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to drop into a squat like a gymnast. You only need to restore functional control, the ability to move confidently without fear. 3 exercises to rebuild the squat. Let me give you 3 powerful exercises I use with older adults every week. They restore control, rebuild
Keep
strength,
pushing.
and reawaken the exact
Almost
muscles
there.
you need.
You got
Exercise
it. Great
number
job.
1.
Finish strong.
Bent knee hamstring and glute stretch. Most people stretch with straight legs. That's a mistake for squatting. Instead, bend your knees slightly, push your hips back, and hold onto a sturdy counter for support.
Start by gripping
This
the sink
targets
for
your
stability.
upper hamstrings and
Slowly
glutes,
lower yourself
the
into the
exact
squat,
areas that need to
maintaining your
lengthen so
forward
you
weight
don't fall
distribution
backward.
as you reach the lowest
Start
safe
with
point.
30 seconds, once or twice a day. Exercise number 2, assisted front-loaded squat. Stand in front of a counter or sink. Hold on for balance and slowly lower yourself like you're sitting in a chair, but keep your weight slightly forward on the balls of your feet. Only go as far as feels stable. Even a 4-inch dip counts. Pause briefly, then rise. This teaches your quads
Now,
proper
gently
alignment
press down
and
on your
prevents the
knee for
fallback
resistance while
reflex.
simultaneously
6 to 8
lifting it,
representatives,
engaging the
2 to
iliopsoas
3
group
times
and
per
rectus
week.
femoris.
Exercise number 3, seated hip flexor lift. Sit tall on a firm chair. Lift one knee as high as you comfortably can without leaning back. This activates your hip flexors, small but critical muscles that help you stay upright in a deep squat. You can add light resistance by pressing down gently on your knee. 10 lifts per leg, every other day. Each movement builds a specific piece of the puzzle: flexibility, stability, control. Together, they reintroduce your body to a position it was designed for but hasn't visited in years. Safety check. Who should be cautious? Quick safety note. Not everyone is ready for deep squats right away, and that's completely okay. If you had recent joint replacement, especially hips or knees, or if you're managing advanced osteoarthritis, severe spinal stenosis, or balance disorders,
As you
talk
can
to your
see on the
doctor or
X-ray
physical
here, the joint
therapist
looks
first.
healthy. There's
And if
no
you
significant
experience sharp
arthritis.
pain,
That
not
is
just
excellent
discomfort or
news,
stiffness,
Doctor. I was
that's your
worried.
body saying, not yet. That doesn't mean you can't progress. It just means your starting point looks different. Remember, improvement isn't about proving something. It's about protecting what matters most: your independence, your confidence, your quality of life. Work at your pace. Listen to your body. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. If you've made it this
Giddy
far,
up.
realize something powerful.
Hold on
You've
tight,
already taken the
everyone.
first step toward reclaiming confidence in your own body.
Okay, up we
Most
go.
people go their entire lives believing that moving freely or building real strength is just a young person's game. They accept stiffness as normal. They accept weakness as inevitable. They shrink their lives, not because their body can't, but because someone once told them they shouldn't even try. But today, you heard a different story. You learned that your body doesn't stop learning after 60. You saw what's possible through real people, not athletes. And most importantly, you discovered that the key isn't youth, it's consistency, control, and a willingness to start where you are. So here's my challenge. Don't let this be just another video you watched. Let it be the spark that changes everything. Try the stretch. Test your balance. Practice the squat check-in, even if it's just a few inches, even if it's just for 10 seconds. It counts. Drop a comment below. What surprised you most? When was the last time you tried squatting? Bonus points if it wasn't in this century. And if this gave you even a sliver of hope, if you thought maybe I could do this, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Because strength after 60 isn't just possible. It's waiting for you. And your comeback story, it starts today.